Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are doing another tier list today here on Dork Tales. Today, I'm sitting down with Robin. This is Kelly, by the way. And we are doing a tier list of Robin's characters. We have 21 characters on the board, Robin. Hi, Robin.
Oh my god, I do so much.
You do.
In 2 years.
3 years. You do a moderate
3
amount.
years.
3.5. Well, actually, wait,
Three and a half,
what was Rhyme? When was the first Rhyme? That was 2020?
It was August 2020. Like September 2020 was when I joined.
So 3.5.
3.5. Holy shit.
We're old. All right, so Robin, here are the rules because I have not put Christine's tier list up yet because I'm waiting on a little chibi art for her. But here is the qualifications. You've seen tier lists before. I'm pretty sure I've watched tier lists with you before. Like the Pokemon Smash and Passes and things like that, which we got to do a Monster Manual Smash and Pass.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes. We watched the president's tier lists when the presidents make tier lists for things like the Pokemon, I think. And other stuff. Yep.
All right, so here's the deal for everybody who doesn't know.
Smash all of them.
So numbers A, B, C, and D are like letter grades because we don't have an F, because if it was an F character, why would you be playing it on Dork Tales? All of your characters are at least D rank.
Aw.
We started at D because D's earn degrees, baby. And then we work our way up to S rank, which is like God tier. All right, unimpeachable. And the way this is going to work, Robin, is I'm going to pick a character at random, and then we are going to debate where they go, and you're going to tell me why you think they deserve to go there. I will occasionally try to argue with you if I feel something else is in order. But are you ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'm noticing a lot of the same wig too on the selfies you sent me.
Me too. Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of 2 wigs. Apparently, I use a lot. Apparently, for all my one-shot characters. Too many wigs.
Well, let's go ahead and start off with a weird one here. Let's start off with one of those repeating wigs. Let's start off with Rosalina from Candlekeep Mysteries. Who is Rosalina? Tell us about Rosalina.
Okay, so Rosalina is a chaotic, evil halfling necromancer who came about on Krista's Candlekeep one-shot. She's made a couple of returns, and she is just a kind of chaos being that is a sweet little halfling that will kill you with absolutely no problem whatsoever. Okay. I'd put her in C tier because she's fun and she's kind of just a bit of a kind of crazy being. She doesn't have a ton of personality because she's a one-shot character, so it's hard. Like I wouldn't give her anything really higher in my opinion. Like she's a lot of fun, but I forget her voice, and I think that's deserving of like C tiers. If I can't quite initially pull their voice off right off the bat, then that's probably there's not super easy to remember.
Okay, so Rosalina's C tier because she's like a one-shot character. Let's jump in with your first character for Dork Tales ever. Let's go with Vistra Dankhill, the bearded girl dwarf.
Oh, that is...
She's D for drunk.
No, she's not drunk anymore. She's she just drinks motor oil. Oh man. That is hard.
Where would you put her? Because you were just getting used to it. You were just getting used to costuming. You were just getting used to performing on a stream. It was your first long-term D&D character.
I know. So this is my first like actual real like character.
So where would you put her? Like, what do you think? What's your reasoning here? So why drop her in B? Now argue up or down. So B is fine, but could use some work.
I think that is actually probably good for Vistra because she was good. There were
growing
some
pains.
Tropes. Yeah, there were some growing pains, and I think I worked through them with her a little bit, and like I enjoyed it. And I guess I also learned something about myself as a D&D player through her for future characters, is that I like having a little bit of magic in my. I don't like just being melee. I honestly like the hybrid between the two. Both magic and melee. So having a completely melee character because it was my first long-term game and first string game, and melee is a lot simpler to grasp than spell slots and
totally
how to use spells in a turn. So I think I would say B is probably good for Vistra. She has some sentimental value because that was Vistra. Thank you.
Mr. Dankey.
That accent is so easy to slip into. She's very cute, and I miss her. I like her, but yeah, I think she's B tier. She's
B tier.
compared to other characters. I definitely.
I feel like B tier kind of is like the I wouldn't want to go back and play it again. Really.
Yeah, B tier is like they're good, and there's definitely things that I would definitely change, but I remember a lot about them versus like C tier is like or like I don't remember, or this is
all right.
more.
Where would you
backup.
put? Let's get another C tier out of the way. Where would you put Holly? Or no, not Holly. Lily
May.
Lily Mae Williams, your character from They Came From Beyond the Grave. C tier.
C tier.
Yeah. It was a good outfit.
Yeah.
But
it
was a pre-gen character, and I just wanted to throw that in there because I got the great shot of you. Let's stick with that wig though, and let's jump over to Holly, your character from Breaking Tradition.
I think Holly's definitely B tier.
Yeah.
I think she's again. There is something
good shot of you, by the way. That's very. You look like Charlize Theron in that one.
Beautiful, thank you.
Yeah, you've got the eye to cheekbone ratio there from some of Charlize's stuff.
Yeah. That.
All right, so she's just B tier.
Yeah, she's B tier. Like I again, it's. We'll see how things go on. We may be bumping things up. I may revisit, but for now, yeah, I think she's B tier. Like she has some stuff. Again, it was a short run, so.
I think you and Christine played good partners pretty well on that one. Like,
oh yeah, that was the thing I was debating about getting another chibi done was both Christine and I's characters because Amy and Jen are gang chibis of Beck.
Oh, I saw that. Gay.
Yeah, no, I should see if Christine wants to be gay together.
I wouldn't put it past her. All right. Well, speaking, let's. I don't. There's no segue from that. Actually, there probably is. There's probably a lot of gay characters here. At least bi. So let's throw you an E. Let's throw you. You want a hard one or an easy one?
Let's go hard.
Ooh, baby. Let's go with Sassy from Wild Beyond the Witchlight, because I know you have very complicated opinions of Sassy.
I do.
Because you loved Wild Beyond the Witchlight, but you really didn't like your character.
Yeah, it's true.
It was like
Sassy was the second big module I did because there was Rain, and then I started with Witchlight. So I came off of like a super high of doing Ivy, and then Sassy was another kind of spellcaster, but I found Sorcerer so limiting in that.
See, and I love my Sorcerers, but Sassy was like the way that you played her, or the way that you felt playing her, kind of reminds me of like having like a really cool sweater that looks really good on you, but is really itchy and annoys you.
Yes.
Like it was like a good look, it was a good costume, it was a good character, but it just didn't fit right. Like it just kind of you were uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah, Sassy was. I think I tried to like swing the opposite way because I came off of Ivy, who is super like kind of sensual and sexy, and I was like, you know what? Let's do a book smart character.
Well, because you were struggling, and then I had you over to watch some movies, and we watched the first Doctor Strange, and I was like, there, you should do that for your character. And you were like, okay. I was like, yeah.
And then it was just kind of
Sassy Strange.
It was Sassy Strange. You're right. I forgot about that.
I never forget anything involving pointless trivia. What are you talking about? Is she B tier? I don't know if she gets that A. Like, and
no,
I feel bad.
She doesn't get an A. She doesn't get A. Honestly, I'm like debating of like B tier or D tier. Like,
there's a middle ground between B and D, right?
I know, but B is like she was good, but then D is just like I didn't like.
I'm gonna drop her in C.
Her. All right, let's put her in the C's.
All right,
we're a little bottom heavy here right now.
We're real bottom heavy. Let's get top heavy. Keiko Scar.
Well, hello there. The name is Keiko Scar.
I'm just gonna put her in S because I know where you're headed.
Right to the S tier.
Right to the S.
Oh my god, I loved my barbarian so much. She was such a freaking little sex pot. I loved her. Goliath with some real kind of didn't want to be put in a box of I should be the strong person, kind of I am the music. I am the music person. And I really loved her. I loved her costume. I loved doing the Goliath marks every week. I think she was one of the first characters and cosplays that I started putting contacts in for, and now I'm like contact. So it was kind of like really started experimenting with like different more kind of jumping in more with the cosplay aspects. I mean, Sassy also did face paint.
Yeah, she was also just a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, I loved her so much. She was
great. And
she was great.
The number of other people who we've heard have stolen her for their campaigns and have had like 3-ways with her and her husband, which I know that sounds for those of you who are listening.
I love that Bodhi's included in that too. And Bodhi is like, I got art of Bodhi commissioned.
Yeah, we've got art of Bodhi.
Yeah. So there's art. They're actually like one of my screen backgrounds right now. Like
really?
I have the two of them. Yeah, on my laptop.
Adorbs.
They're adorbs. Bodhi and Keiko are just chilling on my laptop screen.
Okay, well, she's S rank. Let's
she's S tier.
Okay, let's do another easy one for you. Let's do Lillian from Hunter the Vigil Summons.
Ha, she's A tier.
She's A tier. She's not S tier yet, but we've only had like 4 episodes, and they're like the shorter ones.
Yeah.
So I think she could be S tier if she pushed, but she's definitely an achiever. She's a breadwinner.
Yeah. I mean, and speaking of push, she's got them. She's really pushing for things.
I mean, you could tell with that photo.
Yeah, right.
Let's do Rush from Aberrant Trinity North, or Utopia North. Not Trinity North. That's like that's like an evangelical college.
Yeah. I would say I think B tier for Rush.
I think B tier.
I think she was good. She was fun.
She was good.
And she was good. And I think like there was nothing I would say like inherently I didn't like about her. It just I think again it was a short run and I didn't get as much character development as there could, and I would definitely revisit this character.
Man, I want more superhero.
I want you to do more superhero.
I want to do like some superhero stuff I can't put on YouTube because of monetization. Right? Like I want to do some like, oh, the boys thinks that's good. I say that. I was going to say, the boys thinks they're cute, but I've read the boys comic and I don't want to do that. But I would like, I'd like to do something on the level of the boys, the TV show. I think it's just crude enough.
Yeah.
And would really let me just show off my secret kinks.
Right? I was going to say, make tons of jokes about like shrinking down and off people on their dicks a la V. Which go watch V.
Yeah, go watch Generation V.
Yeah, go watch Generation V. I also want to do like a gritty superhero kind of thing. Like it's fun.
Okay, well, let's stick with we've got the purple wig up there. Let's go with your character from Zero Sum Technocracy, Jen's game. That is, I'm blanking on her name. What the hell's her name?
Tegan Warner.
Tegan. What do you think?
I'm trying to think of like other characters and where we have to place people, and
D-rank.
No, but I'm thinking like I think B. Like again, I think
she needs a little bit of work. I think you're coming through with her. I haven't heard your Seeking, so I don't know how good that was behind the scenes.
Oh, it's on Jen's Mage of the Ascension podcast Paradox.
Oh, did she upload it?
Up there. She uploaded it like I don't know whenever was my Seeking. Like she uploaded it like months ago.
Oh, I need to get that and throw that up on our Patreon. Okay. No, so yeah, B tier is
good. Yeah,
could go better, could go worse. Okay, let's go a little more modern. Let's go with your Gith from Zerare or Zyra.
Which one?
Just the distilled essence.
The distilled essence.
She's still a work in progress. We've only had 2 full games at this point, and this weekend
that's hard to do. Like,
I'll put her in B for now. Do you think she's going to be better than a B? Are you willing to gamble this?
I'm willing to gamble. I think she can be A tier.
You think she could be A tier?
I think she could.
All right, I'm gonna leave her in B though.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's hard when you haven't had too many episodes.
Right. And this weekend's episode is going to be fun. I was looking at this week's oh man, I was looking at the schedule after Extra Life, and I was like, oh god, this is gonna be awful for me. And I mentioned that to you, and you're like, oh well, what about Planescape? Are you sure that we have? And I'm like, I read it, and I'm like, oh, this will be fine. was like nothing. This is going to be a really,
Great.
really chill game, unless everybody does the thing where the story gives you some chill time, but everybody's immediately like, no, we have to solve the problem now. You know, where it's like, no, this is the shut up and wait chapter, guys. Shut up, wait.
Well, I mean, we like there's it.
Thankfully, you're
So
all a
far,
bunch
there
of
hasn't-
like evil hedonists, so I think you'll be fine.
I don't know what the other party's alignment are, but mine is evil. My alignment's evil.
You need to be
Beware.
your last incarnation needs to be like super good, like just
Yeah.
like lawful good, like, and have like a very very effete German accent. Hello.
Yes, the German. Hello.
The Germans, I follow all of the rules and I don't do anything
Follow
wrong.
all of the-
I'm from Barovia. It's like Bavaria. We make chocolate.
We make chocolate.
We make chocolate. Let's okay, we're on funny accents right now. So accents, let's do Dayanara, your centaur from Arcos, who you are trying to do the not the Wonder Woman accent, but the Gal Gadot accent the entire time.
Yep. My slightly Greek. I love my kind of crazy centaur, so I would say A tier for her.
You would say A tier?
Yes, she's part of the A team.
I'll give it to you.
Yes.
I'll give it to you. I feel
Well,
like she's like a B.
No.
I feel like she's a B
What's it?
plus. I
Yeah,
feel like
well,
she's
I
a
don't
B
think you can
plus.
go in the middle.
You can't.
Of the
You
things.
can't. Oh, we had this problem last time I did one of these. I'm gonna give her B for now until we average this out. Yasmin from The Secret of Hexeter House.
Oh, I think this is the first D, my friends.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
was-
that entire campaign was a D tier. Oh my god, it was a train wreck from day
It's true.
one.
And I
Well, from day two.
came in on the second half of that. So
For those who
I
don't
was
know,
at a-
The Secret of Hexeter House was supposed to be like a 10 episode run or something like that. It ended up being what, 13, 12, something like that. And midway through we lost a cast member, and there were so many scheduling issues because we were going to run in person, and we did character creation a week before lockdown, and then we went into lockdown, and then we had to pivot everything to remote play.
pivot.
And then after we did that, there were scheduling issues and lifestyle issues, and honestly, like, some people really don't like playing remotely. Like, it took a long time for everybody to get used to it. And yeah, so I had to, that campaign was supposed to be done in like 3 months, and it took a year and a half.
And it was supposed to be a mystery, and it's hard to do a mystery when it takes like a year to do it for like 10
Everybody forgot
episodes.
everything. It was supposed to be like a
Yeah.
bi-weekly game, and it would turn into a monthly game, and then a bi-monthly game, and then it was just bi-panic everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, yeah, Yasmin was
That's not your fault. You did the best
No.
with what you had.
I did what I could, but that character was doomed from the start. So deep.
Speaking of doomed characters, Korza!
Oh man. Oh.
Good outfit.
Good
So
outfit.
Korza was
Good
your
concept. I
Dampier.
did 3 episodes of
Four.
her, so
There were 4.
were there? Okay.
There was 4. I still haven't uploaded the 4th one because I forgot about it. I did. It's in. I have it on a list of things I need to edit and upload as like a New Year's treat for everybody.
Ooh.
But I actually forgot. Someone reminded. I think it was random. Was like, hey, by the way, you still haven't uploaded that or the rap session from Breaking Tradition. I'm like, ooh, oops. I think I think it was right during Candlekeep, and I just lost track of my life.
Oh yeah, no. Breaking Tradition happened, and then you started Candlekeep, and then just the world exploded.
Wait, was Breaking Tradition before Candlekeep?
Yeah, it was February.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
All right. So where would you put her? C tier, D
Oh.
tier, B tier, S tier?
Yeah, S tier. Here we go. I would say C or D again. Just
We'll put her in C. She didn't have time to blossom.
No.
Okay. Let's do another one that is probably going to wait out the middle. Let's go with Thorena from Dirge for Exelar, which had a fantastic first bit and then kind of fell off a cliff at the end because we had to run Netherdeep.
Yes.
I sacrificed this character on the altar of Keiko.
You know what? Some sacrifices have to be made. Yeah, I
I'm gonna
would
say
say they're in Yeah,
See?
Thorina slash Theron is D tier or C
Like
tier.
it
not
was
D tier.
neat, and thank you for playtesting a new race, which is actually it's up. I have to revise it because I realized that the Dreamborn Waking Life chart was not nearly weird enough. This was back when I was just starting to dip my toe in trying to make like
Weird
officially
stuff.
new stuff for
Yeah.
D&D at least. And I was like, oh, I'll do this, and then like, there's just like so much where it's like I should have just hand waved a lot of this and made it a smaller chart and made it that you wake up as a dog today or something, right?
Yeah. No, I liked playtesting that. I also did the plague domain too. I playtested a new cleric domain that you did
How did
as
that
well.
domain function for you? Do you think it worked okay?
Yeah, I think I liked it. I think I was giving you feedback about stuff during the
We should revise that and put that up on the website so people can have it. By the way,
Yeah, we should.
dorktales.ca is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about our wiki. Although I should probably make a link on the website too. So yeah, all right. Let's go with Flame Enzel.
Oh, Flame Enzel, my baby. She's A tier for me.
She's A tier.
I love.
She's
that
like she's on the
frickin'
cusp of
Tabaxi
S.
mode. She is. She's very
clawing up.
close to S. She's clawing up. Give her another couple extra life games, and
Okay.
she'll claw up.
Okay. Fadia Stardust.
Fadia's A tier for me. She's not quite S tier. We're still.
Mhm.
I'm still feeling her out a little bit and figuring
Yeah, give it a little
out.
bit of time.
I think jumping in with a high level character into a high level campaign, there's a lot more to figure out with this character because I am jumping in into middle of a game, jumping in at middle of a season, and having to figure out A, how a high level wizard is played, and then B, how what's happening with the party and figuring all that stuff in. So Fadia has potential of S tier. Just I need more time with her. She and I are working out some kinks.
You've had to definitely be more assertive as a character to try to establish your place in the party as well. And I know that's like not always comfortable to do.
No.
So yeah, I can see why she's not quite S rank. Darcy Harkness.
Oh, Darcy Harkness. I love her. She's S.
She's S tier. She's S tier.
She's S tier.
She's like, for me, she's like on the AS cusp as well. Like she's leaning over. She just needs like a little bit more to be S for me, but I think she's more S than A.
Yeah. Yeah. What you did to her at that finale of book 1, holy fuck.
Like, yeah, because I like destroying people.
Goodness. That's I think what pushed her into S tier for me.
Yeah.
Is that character development and the reaction you got from me, which people need to go if you haven't watched our Mage of the Extension series and are fine with violence and
everything.
Misogyny, go watch it and you can see a moment when Kelly did a thing and we suddenly all realized it, and I realized I was alone in a very, very, very bad position, and my face is just like erupts. It's
great.
The most fantastic reaction I've ever had in a game, and it was 100% not put on at all. That was like me going, oh my god, and you can see the puzzle, the gears clicking into place in my mind. And so
there's a lot of grinding noises
for that. Yeah, there was a ton of grinding noises.
All right, us talking about grinding, Jeroen. Jeroen is your NPC that you played, because I like to try to cycle people in during Shards of Nirn. So you played Jeroen in season 3 when they were in Valimar. The floating magical continent that's actually a spaceship. Spoilers. And where's Jeroen? Jeroen boinked Tia. That is his claim to fame. He got the green. He went the green mile.
He went the green mile. I think his claim to fame is actually the freaking Basil comment when he tried to flirt.
B for Basil?
B for Basil, I think that
B
works. Because I rolled, and I didn't roll great for like just randomly grabbing for flowers to trying to freaking seduce Tia. But you gave me Basil, and so since then that is the joke. Yeah, B for Basil.
Yeah, and if Jeroen ends up being Tia's baby daddy in the future, you wanted to name the kid Basil, right?
Yeah.
No, I think it should be Basilica.
Basilica. Oh, okay.
It's got basil in it.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so I did this in a way where this is going to be pretty easy. Ivy.
I was gonna say, oh my goodness, my baby. I think
D. Oh, sorry. C.
Right off there.
Okay, A tier.
S tier.
All right, S tier.
And I will fight you. If anything less. If there was S plus, she would be
If
in
they're
there.
S plus,
Ivy,
super
I
S
think
plus mode.
is one of my favorite characters ever. Full stop. Like
Okay.
I just really enjoyed my Witcher dark broody character who initially I was like, she's just been an experiment and like physically abused and forced to compete, and she's all kind of fucked up and hates the world and is not gonna fall in love with anyone, and then you just made her
Fell in love with Seth Green.
Yep.
I mean, who wouldn't fall in love with Seth Green, really? I mean, he's just a cute guy.
It's true.
And Robot Chicken's a good show. Speaking of people who shouldn't fall in love with the people they fall in love with, boop, where is Noloris? Where's your Owlin from Strixhaven?
See, I'm between A and B tier for her personally.
She's A tier.
She's A
tier. She's A tier enough that it almost makes me want to bump Dayanara down to B tier.
You know, that's you give a good point for that.
Like she's because like she look at the category here. Like you got Thadia, you got like there's no way that she can compete. Like Dayanara deserves to be an A far less than Jarun does.
Yeah.
Sneaky. Sneaking Jarun up into A.
Sneaking Jarun into A, I see.
For being just a pain in my ass the entire time you played him. He was great.
I loved him so much. And I did the very immature thing and I rolled for her size and I rolled very
But he's like 6'2", right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and I guess there's Riz, she's like a C tier. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been fun.
Get out of here.
Okay, you want to put her up in S tier, all right? Right?
I do, because Riz is like...
Who is Razira? You played her a couple of times. Who is she?
She's my swashbuckling kinder rogue. I can't rogue.
You're out of practice.
Swashbuckling kinder rogue.
The game ended like 2 weeks ago, and you're already out of practice.
Rogue. It's because my lips were not wet, so they were getting stuck.
You must moisten your lips before every recording.
It's true. Yeah, but I absolutely fucking adored playing Riz. And again, Riz was like, see, for her versus Sassy in the attempt of like not being like super necessarily like sensual, was kind of just not me trying, which versus Sassy I was trying. And so Riz was definitely the kind of the evolution of playing a different character, because I played her like a child,
a big child.
Yeah, a big child. Like she just wants to have fun, and she doesn't necessarily see people necessarily as romantic. I mean, she kissed Orantiros at the end there to be part of the...
Yeah, but Orantiros is also a very asexual character.
Yeah, that's true. But
like I didn't... Yeah, their kiss was a mwah.
Yeah.
Like there was some sound in it. And then some mwah at the end. But so you think she's definitely S tier?
Oh yeah, I loved her. I loved playing Kendra. I was very apprehensive about, not apprehensive, but I was very aware. Like she could have been easily a C tier character if I played her
wrong
a little differently.
Yeah, I think so. But I think you did. I think you played her just fine. Like you managed to pull off a Kender, which Kender are notoriously difficult to play. Like there are pages and thousands of pages of forum posts about people playing Kender in like the 3rd edition Dragonlance game and stuff. I think you did a fantastic job. I think she belongs in S tier. Well, let's review what we have here though. So starting at the bottom, we've got D tier, which is a D tier character in the D tier game, which means she fit in perfectly.
Yep.
Okay. Your C tier characters are either ones that didn't quite shine enough, like Thorena, didn't get a chance, like Korza, or just didn't fit your vibe. Yeah. Honestly, I would say Sassy could probably end up in B now that I look at this.
Yeah,
I think she kind of deserves B.
Yeah, I think so.
Because she wasn't bad, and the rest of these characters are just unfulfilled, right? Like, or they're one shots.
Yeah.
Or short runs, at least. And then your B list are people who either there was a learning curve, They were
Mhm.
short runs,
Yep.
and you've got 3 people you're currently playing.
Yeah, that's true.
And these people are, so you've got like Zyrar, or however her name is pronounced that day, because it changes.
Yep.
Then you've got Dayanara, then you've got Tegan, and these are all characters that still have a lot of room to grow and for you to really stretch with them. I think that's really good.
Mhm.
Jaroon is just a meme lord, so he's an A.
I love that.
Lillian, you came out the door immediately with a very strong personality and concept,
Yeah.
right? And you leaned into it hard. You also got to play up into that femininity and sexuality that you like to bring to a lot of characters. So I think
Yeah.
that like helped bolster this. And if you look down at like B tier, there's a lot
Mhm.
less of that,
Mm.
right? Like you tend to angle like really like forward or very reserved. And I think the difference between your reserved characters are like sassy versus Riz. Completely different types of
Yeah.
reservation, like you were saying, and like it's just
Yeah.
sassy seemed to be struggling with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Naloris is great, and I will fight you. She's great.
She's A
Fadia,
for anime.
A for anime. Fadia is A for abyssal longing, and loneliness. Uh, Flame is great.
Oh, Flame
Uh,
is my Flame is like the extra life that like gets done right, where it's like this is one of those characters where with extra life you generally either have a character that you've kind of just thought up on the spot and it's like, yeah, this character is fine for the extra life game, or you come up with like an insane energy character that just is kind of just
mhm.
constantly playable.
I agree. And then your top tiers are obvious. Like they're your 3 big ones, right? Riz,
Mhm.
Ivy, Keiko, which
Yeah.
2 of them were in like our prime time slots, like our
Yeah.
weeknight slots. And then you've got Darcy, who you're still playing and still has plenty of time to continue to grow. Honestly, this is a really balanced list. And I think that it shows a good
Mhm.
trajectory of the way that you've played characters and have gotten more into them over time. The only thing here is that you just need to work on these 3 and really try to find and work with me like off camera and see if
Mhm.
there's anything that you want to explore with their backgrounds. And I think it's also very telling looking at these, if I may get a little metatextual, that these
Ooh.
3 characters are locked into very railroady situations or places where they can't explore their backstories as much.
Fair, yeah.
Particularly Zyrar, who doesn't have a memory, um,
Yep,
Tegan, who's stuck on a boat,
yep.
and I we did when I did this with Christine as well. We had a bit of trouble with Sophia because there's not as much that you can do when you're stuck on a boat unless you are literally the type of character that Nolan is.
Yeah,
Like
and you
as
can't have everyone be a Nolan because then it's just too much. You
and I
can't
think
have
that
4 Nolans together
you
because
you
then that
can't.
would just be
That would be a
it would
kinder party.
yes.
And I
Yes.
think that actually, especially like the more dry that Tegan has become over time, and especially in more recent episodes, honestly, she's definitely on her way toward A tier.
Yeah, I think so too. Uh, I think one of my I won't say flaws, but sometimes when building a character, 'cause I think the hardest part, with some characters, and I think, like, you see
Hmm.
that with Vistra, um, in the B tier, is if I get a stereotype or a trope stuck in my head, sometimes it's very hard to come out of it,
Hmm.
and, I think honestly, Tegan Seeking with Jen and, like, literally Tegan having to learn that she thinks she's upgrading herself. She's actually very static in her thinking, and she's shutting herself off to grow as a person
Hmm.
with trying to turn herself into a basically an android herself. So kind of once I actually had that seeking with Jen, it was like, oh, suddenly this whole thing, this one thing that I'm basing my character off of is suddenly I have to actually think of other things, and it pushes me to sometimes go off that ledge of being worried about making a character, and if
I
I
think
can
that's one of
get
the
off of
good things about
that.
Seekings, actually, is that they
Hmm.
do kind of kick your character right in the butt.
Yeah.
And we found that
Again,
with
like
Darcy as
Darcy
well.
had that too. Yeah, exactly. It was kind of like, huh. And I think it's a really great opportunity to have that. And it's also an opportunity to change too. Like if there's something that's wrong with your, not wrong, but if there's something you're not as enjoying about your character,
Hmm.
with things like mage, you can literally have a seeking and or something
Get rid of your
very
baggage.
traumatic happens and you get rid of your baggage and you change, versus D&D,
Wow, Seekings are like flying with Air
there's
Canada.
less
You lose your
losing your
baggage.
baggage.
Losing your
Yeah, yeah.
baggage.
Let's
Come at me, Air
let's
Canada.
let's let's talk about the fact that I have 2 big trips in the next like 2 months. I'm
I
praying
don't
to the
think either of
baggage
them were with Air
gods.
Canada, though, are they?
Christmas the way back is Air Canada.
Whoop. Well,
Yep.
I just tempted fate for you. I'm sorry. So overall, I think
Yeah.
this is a really good tier list, Robin. I think that. How do you
Thank
feel about it?
you. I really like it. It's this was really fun to kind of actually get back and like revisit some old
This
characters. 'Cause
feels almost kind of like a like an employee evaluation, right? Like, well, I see your characters are hitting like an upward trajectory.
Oh no, it's fun. Yep, I do have my
I'm gonna give you a $5
performance review at
Starbucks gift
work.
card for your work.
Thank you so much.
What can you buy in Canada with a $5 gift card at Starbucks? Like a drip coffee, maybe.
A drip coffee, maybe a cake pop.
Cake pops are 2 something now. Anyway. So folks,
I meant a cake pop. You could just buy a cake pop.
oh, just the cake pop. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, not coffee and a cake pop. You can't have both. You can only
You can't have
one.
both. You can use the gift card to like Jimmy open the back door and steal some bread or something.
That's true.
There you go. Just use it to like to open the lock.
Loaf of bread. But I have some wicked character concepts that I hope I get to bring to
When we do the
the
revised version of this in a year, I think.
oh
Like,
my god.
we'll see. So I know you're excited
That'd
about
be
some of the
cool.
characters for upcoming games, which I can't tell you about. Well, I can tell you about. I can't tell anybody else about.
It's true.
Yeah. All right. So tier list complete. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is going out to Patreon first. So, hey, if you want to see more content like this and see some of the games that are being talked about here, consider signing up for our Patreon and supporting us over at patreon.com/dorktales. For as little as $5 a month, you can get a ton of back content, but you can give us money for less than that if you'd really like. A big thank you to our divine producer, my mom. I'll see you in like a week, Mom. Our demonic producer Precarious, our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric and the Ink Goblin, and our High Council of the Patreon, Taryn, Buddy, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Karasha, Urquhart, Sheffeledeth, Loruk, Sorcerer Sanguine, Mike Baxter, and Kelowna Curd. Thanks so much, folks. Thanks, Robin, for doing this dumb little fun thought experiment with me.
It's great. Thanks for like doing this. This was a ton of fun. I think this is a unique opportunity that we put out so much like game content. I think it's really nice to kind of get a chance
characters.
to.
You're not even in everything.
I know. And
I
only
know.
2 of them are extra life characters.
Only 2 of them are
'Cause, like,
extra life, yeah.
No,
It's
2.
dumb.
Yeah,
You actually beat
so,
Christine for
like-
characters because Christine's was 18, but she didn't
Ooh.
have very many throwaways. But you sent me so many selfies for this that I was like, all right, I'll use that too. Let's do it. And then I snuck Jaroon in. Mwah.
I love that you did that. My
That's great.
goodness. Eventually, I should get. Oh, I need a chibi of Jarood.
Oh,
Putting
there we
that
go.
on the list.
All right, go
putting
put it
that
on-
the list. She's
go
gonna
put it on
hold
the
a
list.
piece of a bit.
You're gonna keep
Oh my
you're gonna
God.
keep our chibi artist very busy over the holidays. And speaking of the holidays, everybody, have happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. And we will see you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.